People talk way too damn much, man. You can read a person's whole life story just by how they open their mouth. You don't need to stalk their past or check their resume. You just gotta listen. Because a stupid man always tells on himself. He exposes his weakness through words, through the tone, through the need to prove something. While the wise stay grounded, the fool can't stand silence, can't stand not being seen, can't stand not being right. The Stoics said, "Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something." And that's the truth that separates strength from stupidity. You want to know if a man's lost? Just give him a little attention, watch him talk, and he'll hand you every reason why he shouldn't be trusted. So today we're breaking down 8 things a stupid man always says about himself. 8 red flags that show his mind's weak, his spirit's noisy, and his ego's running wild. Number 1. I already know that. You ever met that dude who can't take advice? You try to share something you've learned, maybe it took you years to understand, and he cuts you off like, yeah, I already know that. That's not confidence. That's insecurity wearing a mask. See, a wise man can hear the same lesson 100 times and still sit like it's the first time, because wisdom ain't about knowing. It's about understanding deeper. But a fool, he can't handle being reminded that he's not as smart as he thinks. So instead of listening, he defends his pride. The Stoics would laugh at that. They knew the more you think you know, the more you're blind. True wisdom comes from the humility to say, tell me again. Number 2, that's just who I am. Every weak man hides behind that excuse. You call him out for his laziness, his temper, his lack of discipline, and he shrugs like, that's just how I am. Nah, bro, that's not who you are. That's who you settled to become. When a man says that, what he's really saying is, I'm too scared to change. Stoicism teaches ownership, not excuses. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But a fool gives up that power. He hides his weakness behind identity. The strong man says, this is who I'm becoming. The fool says, that's just who I am. Third, I don't care what anyone thinks. Sounds bold, right? But most of the time, it's just a lie. When a man keeps saying he doesn't care, he's already caring too much. You don't gotta say it when it's true. The Stoic way is silent confidence. You move like you don't need approval. You don't announce it. You don't perform it. The fool says, I don't care what people think, right before doing everything for attention. The wise man? He acts with purpose, not validation. He doesn't need the world to clap. He just needs to know he did what's right. Fourth, I'm better than them. Bro, this one exposes the ego faster than anything. The moment someone starts comparing themselves out loud, they're insecure as hell. A man who's truly great never says it, because he's too focused on his path to care about ranking others. The Stoics never chased superiority, they chased mastery. They said, don't waste your energy judging others when you can be improving yourself. But a stupid man can't live without comparison. He's obsessed with being seen as better, smarter, richer, stronger. Yet every time he says, I'm better than them, he's proving the opposite, that his identity depends on others' weakness. Fifth, it's not my fault. Classic fool statement. Every time something goes wrong, the stupid man needs a villain. It's the system, it's his ex, it's his boss, it's the universe, never him. The Stoic man takes radical responsibility, even for what's out of his control, because it trains the mind to stay in power. The fool blames, complains, and runs from accountability. The wise adapt, adjust, and move. When a man says, it's not my fault, he's announcing that life owns him. He's saying, I'm not in control of my own story. You can't grow from what you refuse to take ownership of. So next time your life falls apart, don't point fingers. Look in the mirror and say, what can I learn from this? Sixth, I deserve better. Now, this one's tricky because, yeah, you should have self-worth. But when a man says, I deserve better, while doing nothing to earn better, that's delusion. A fool wants the reward without the work. He wants peace without discipline, respect without humility, love without effort. A Stoic knows that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you build. If you're not putting in the work, stop acting like the world owes you something. The world doesn't owe you a damn thing. You owe yourself effort. You owe yourself consistency. And that's what separates men who grow from men who rot. 7th, I'm always right. Bruh, this one's loud. You know those guys who argue with everyone, can't admit when they're wrong, always got a comeback? Yeah, that's not strength. That's weakness wearing armor. The strongest men I know can say, "You might be right," and mean it. They don't lose pride in being corrected because they're secure enough to learn. The fool, though, he can't handle correction because correction feels like rejection, so he argues, manipulates, talks louder, anything to avoid admitting he's wrong. The Stoic doesn't need to be right, he just needs to find truth. He's detached from ego. When you can admit you're wrong, that's when you actually grow. The fool keeps defending his ignorance. The wise man drops it, learns, and levels up. 8th, nobody understands me. You hear that one? That self-pity tone, like the world's too dumb to get how deep he is. It's fake depth. It's the cry of a man who refuses to evolve. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Stop crying that people don't get you. Maybe you haven't become someone worth understanding yet. The world doesn't owe you empathy. It owes you challenge. And if you can't stand alone in your struggle, you'll never stand tall in your strength." The fool craves sympathy. The Stoic craves growth. That's the difference. So there you have it. 8 things a stupid man always says about himself. I already know that. That's just who I am. I don't care what people think. I'm better than them. It's not my fault. I deserve better. I'm always right. Nobody understands me. Each of those is a mirror of weakness. And if you catch yourself saying any of them, stop. Reflect. Ask yourself, am I acting out of pride or peace? Because the way you speak shapes your destiny. A wise man measures his words like gold. A fool spends them like cheap change. The Stoic path is quiet strength. No bragging, no excuses, no noise. When life hits, you don't talk, you act. You don't prove, you show. You don't announce, you demonstrate. The foolish man wants to be seen as strong. The Stoic man just becomes it. And here's what people forget. Silence is not weakness. It's power under control. The most dangerous man in any room ain't the one who talks the loudest. It's the one who listens. Because he's calculating, learning, observing. The fool exposes himself by talking. The wise exposes truth by listening. So train yourself to shut up and watch. Every time you feel the urge to prove something, stop. Every time you feel the urge to flex your knowledge, stop. Every time you feel disrespected and want to fire back, stop. That's the Stoic way, controlling the self before the self controls you. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Read that again. He's saying, let them think you're dumb. Stay silent, stay grounded, keep growing. Because the real stupid man is the one who needs the world to know he's smart. The Stoic doesn't chase validation, he chases virtue. You don't need to speak your value, live it. Your energy speaks louder than any sentence. When people see how calm you are under pressure, how unfazed you are when insulted, how consistent you are when tested, that's when they know you're built different. You don't have to shout your wisdom, it shows in your peace. You don't have to defend your worth, it shines in your actions. And you don't have to explain your mindset, your results will speak for you. A stupid man brags about what he's gonna do, a wise man just does it. A stupid man talks about others, a wise man observes himself. A stupid man reacts, a wise man responds. A stupid man argues, a wise man adapts. You choose which one you want to be every single day. So when you wake up tomorrow, remember this. Every word you say is either building your peace or breaking it. Every sentence is a reflection of discipline or ego. Speak less, listen more. Don't let your mouth sabotage your soul. You ain't got to prove you're wise, just stop sounding stupid. That's the Stoic way. Quiet confidence, relentless control, and unshakable focus. Talk less, move with purpose, and let the fools expose themselves. Because they always do. They always say the same 8 things. But a real one, a Stoic one, he stays silent, smiles, and keeps building in peace.